There you go. Sometimes, yeah. Okay, so spring training starts
Well,
next
I'll be
week.
there on Saturday / Sunday,
Okay,
but like the first official like pitchers and catchers is on Monday. So
that's so
yeah,
cool.
but there's guys
That's
already
amazing.
there. There's coaches there. Like it's already happening.
So how long are you there for? Is this like full season now? You'll kind of be like bouncing back and forth, or what's the
Yeah,
scoop?
I'm in the thick of it till hopefully November. I'm at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, it's spring training is like 6 weeks or so. And then the
Nice.
regular season starts, I think, I don't even know the exact date, end of March, somewhere in there.
Okay.
So from February 9th till the end of March, we're in Sarasota and then head up to Baltimore after that.
Oh my gosh.
It'll go fast. And the season always flies by. So yeah, it's a fun time.
Well, I'm so happy for you. Gosh, last time I talked to you, you were kind of in transition. So
Yeah,
it's
at that time
really
I was
cool.
for sure.
Yeah. But it sounds like you landed somewhere great.
Yes, very fortunate to have landed with Baltimore, and the people there have been great. Just really excited for this season. I'd say the hard parts is the family side, right? Where it's like, yeah, I get to do this really cool job and be at all these awesome stadiums and go to these cool cities, but you're not home, right, with your wife and young son, and like you miss
Your
a lot of
baby.
those types of things. So like that's always the trade off, right? Like it's exciting to go down there soon, but then it's like, man, like leaving home. So
Oh,
it's part of it. Doesn't make it
yeah.
easier, but the good thing is they'll come down for the spring. They'll be there during the season, so like you make it work. But the
Yeah.
the day to day, it's total opposite of my schedules. Like when it's baseball season, I'm fully invested in baseball, and then when it's off
Yes.
season, there's no baseball. I'm home 24/7. So it's just like freaking polar opposites.
Yeah.
It's tough at
Absolutely.
times. But how are you?
Man. I'm okay. I'm sick.
Oh,
Like I'm
geez.
on the mend, but I have the worst voice for this. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you gotta be kidding. Like I feel fine. I sound ridiculous and I might sneeze and I might
Hey, no, that's fine.
it's so annoying right now, but all right, everybody. Welcome back to In the Seaweed. So excited to introduce our next guest, Josh Kozuch, and he is the mental performance coach for the Baltimore Orioles. He's had some experience with the Tampa Bay Rays and what was it, the New York Mets as well. You started out as an internship with them, right? So yeah, it goes way
Long time
back.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So welcome. I'm so excited to have you here talking with us today. I love it.
Thanks. Looking forward to being here, Kelly. Thanks for asking me to be on here and excited to be here.
Absolutely. So Josh is, as I said, the mental performance coach for the Baltimore Orioles, but he also does high performance coaching on his own on the side. So if you follow his Instagram, his LinkedIn, and other socials, you can find more about his work and the things that he believes in and the way to keep you mentally top performer. But we're going to talk about some of those today and just kind of start with Josh. What really made you decide that you wanted to go in this type of direction with your career?
Honestly, some of my own struggles as a former athlete. I played college baseball, wasn't good enough to play professionally, but my mind got in the way a lot of times.
Mm.
So I was a catcher. And for those of you familiar with baseball, or I'll use another example as well, I had the yips. So I went through this stretch where like I couldn't throw the ball back to the pitcher. It was the weirdest thing.
Oh,
And it's right, 60 feet, simple throw. You've thrown your entire life. Like, how can you not do that? Could throw it everywhere else, no problem. But it was like this block in my head, and it felt physical too. It was really hard to explain, but I didn't know how to get over it at that time. And you have people laughing at you. You have coaches upset with you. You have teammates upset with you because now you can't throw them the ball and do the
right.
simplest thing that you're asked to do. So it was tough. And then I just, as a catcher, I always was overthinking things, questioning my own ability, questioning when I'm hitting, like what pitches are going to be thrown. If I was to catch against me, and it's just like, it's really difficult to
Yeah.
do anything, let alone play baseball or any high level performer, with all of this going on in your head at the same time. And so I finished up playing. I didn't even know that sports psychology was a thing at the time. And I was working a regular 9 to 5 job in Michigan, doing what I thought that's what you need to do. And so I was still involved coaching high school baseball. I was still a part of like my life, But one day I was turned on to this idea of sports psychology, and I instantly went to Google and I started looking it up, and I said, oh my gosh, like, where was this when I was playing, for one?
Right.
And two, like, at that time it was starting to kind of be a thing in some of these major league organizations. And I thought to myself, I said, well, what if I go back to school and get a master's and, I don't know, kind of see where this thing goes? I didn't have a timeline. I didn't have any like other commitments or things like that. So it was, let's give this thing a shot. So I was living in Michigan, loaded up my car, drove down to Florida. I went to school at Barry University down in Miami, worked some odd jobs, pulled chairs at the beach, like all kinds of stuff to just get through school. And then I got in as an intern with the Mets right out of school, and really fortunate to kind of progress from there. This will be now my 11th season in pro ball, second season with a major league team at that level, which is pretty cool, and very fortunate to the Orioles for the opportunity, and looking forward to this season. And like you mentioned, I have a business on the side. I work with other performers, not just baseball players, and that's a very abbreviated version, but my own struggles kind of got in the way, and I'm very fortunate to do what I do now and love working with people that just want to improve themselves, whether it's doctors, lawyers, CPAs, realtors, athletes, high school, whatever. Like, you want to get better, I'd love to talk with you. Really enjoy that side of things.
I love that. And it's interesting you were talking about that, because when I met you, I was doing research on athletes and mental health, right? This was years ago. I don't even know if you remember how I even came in touch with you, but I found you and I was doing research on the mental health conditions of athletes. And you came up in my search. It was probably 2021 or 22, maybe, when I
Probably,
was
yeah.
working with, nice healthcare.
The mental health is the licensed clinicians, the psychiatrists, the psychologists, those people that are dealing with, anxiety, depression, substance abuse, treating and diagnosing those things. I'm more about on field performance or in the workplace performance, being better leaders, being better communicators, having a process to doing things day in and day out. Now, this bleeds into mental health, absolutely. The field itself, like, it can get blurry and messy, but I just want to make sure people who are listening or understand.
Yes. And I'm so glad you did that, because it is true. They're two separate things. It does affect mental health, especially for those athletes and the other people that you work with, because it makes things better, right? The stronger you get, the better you perform, the better you feel, the better things go. So it was a beautiful intersection, but yes, definitely not the same thing. So I'm so glad you said that and cleared that up, because we don't want people to think of the wrong thing here. I think it's really, really cool. And it's been fun to watch your progression from the different roles and where you are today. And, we were just talking earlier as we were getting started up about your spring training coming up next week. So we had a fine little amount of time to fit this in before you were getting really busy with everything. Tell everybody a little bit about what that's going to look like for you in the next couple of weeks and how you're helping the players.
It's fun, right? Like, we're in Florida, so you have that. It's a nice break from winter, and living in Michigan right now, it's been freezing and it's snowing right now. So I'm excited to go down there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But spring training itself is, I want to use the word grind, but it's every day, right? And that's baseball as a whole. Like, it's every day, but you're dealing with guys getting ready to play a 162 game season, and they have been working out the entire winter. Some of them are coming into camp with a roster spot secured. Some of them are fighting for a job. Some of them may be new to an organization. Some of them might be wanting to be young. Some of them may be young players looking to, like, really showcase their ability. And hey, if there's an injury down the road, like, I'm somebody that you can call up. So you have, I don't know how many guys, probably between 60 to 70 different players there. And then probably another 30 staff members that are a part of this. So that you have a lot of players running around and working to get better, and then also prepare for a season. It's a lot of that. And then what I'm doing throughout that time is really laying the foundation for the work and what it'll look like into the season. I like to use spring training to build relationships. One, because the environment itself is a little bit more laid back than the season, because the games don't count, right? Your stats don't matter. So guys are a little bit more loose, especially early on. And it's easy to just, like, hey, how was your winter? What are you up to? How's your family? Hey, saw you got married. Like, these types of things, and just really show guys, like, I care about you, because I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where this all begins anyways, is showing that you care and having a relationship. And then it becomes like, okay, when we face challenging situations in the season, how can I support you? What is your routine going to look like in season versus now? When you're on the mound, how do you want to slow things down if the game starts to speed up, and kind of set up some of these processes that they can lean into when the season eventually starts. And then it's the same thing with the coaching staff and being able to help them and build a relationship with them throughout this time too. So spring training is fun. It's exciting. I think by the end of it, you're ready for the season to get going. It's always exciting at this time of year.
I'm excited for you. It sounds so fun. It's a big deal. And yeah, any of us getting out of the cold. I'm in North Carolina and we have a foot of snow outside. I mean, I'm at the beach,
Crazy.
so it's super bizarre right now. So if I just happen to pop in somewhere down there, don't be surprised.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're freezing.
I get it.
Oh my gosh. So you said you're in Michigan right now. You went back home.
I am. Yeah. So originally from here, had lived in Florida pretty much the last like 12 or 13 years, and then just decided with our family it was best to come up here.
Oh, good for you. It just feels good to go home, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's nice.
Part.
It's nice for especially the holidays and things like that, and where it'll be really a big part of the move was for support when I'm not here, right? Because I'm gone a lot, and my wife is essentially a single mother at that point, and it's hard. And there's support here. When we were in Florida, we had support, but it was not the same as family, right? So that'll be good. It's something that we're all looking forward to this year. So yeah,
I love that for all of you. That's wonderful. Yeah, when I was raising my little ones, I didn't have family close by. And I can tell you, even without a job like yours, I mean, I traveled for work and such, but nothing like what you're doing. I don't know why everybody wouldn't move back in, like almost in with their parents at that point. Just kidding, don't do that. But I would have done anything to have people closer.
I mean, he started his new school, his daycare today, and just taking him there broke my heart, right? Because I dropped him off, and he was just like, "Dad, no!" Like, and I think it's good for them too, right? Like, that's the real world. He's gonna have to go to school and interact. And 20 minutes later, you could check in on the video, and he's running around hula hooping and doing whatever else. So he's just fine. But
absolutely,
yeah,
they're little tricksters. My youngest used to just hang on to my leg, and we would have to like peel him off like really strong Velcro. And I was like, please.
Yeah.
It'll be okay. Yeah, it's good. So I'm just really glad you have family around you, especially for your wife and your little guy. That's really important. So, and that'll make you feel better. Your performance will be better because everybody's taken care of, right? So,
yeah, I think so. So you do what you can. You do what you think is best, and that's it. And that's honestly it's the same thing that I tell anybody I work with, right? Like you take in all the information that you can, you make the best decisions that you can, and try to set yourself up or your family up for success.
Yeah.
If it works out, great. If it doesn't, you can always move again or make an adjustment and those types of things. But I would advocate, and this would probably lead into the realtor part right actually now, moving is challenging. Moving across the country this last year was, oh my gosh. But we did it. So I don't want to have to move anytime soon, but if we have to, we have to, so yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So the real estate.
Yeah.
That was challenging. I'm sure it was, especially with a little one in tow. I mean, I didn't have to do that with tiny, tiny kids, but it's not true. They were our big move and was only from Philadelphia area to North Carolina, but our big move was when they were 3 and 5. So I could explain enough to them, and they weren't so embedded with their friends and things that we were pulling them away, so it was a little easier for us then. But tell me about your experience with your real estate. I mean, how was your agent selling, and how was your agent buying, and or maybe you didn't buy yet because you're just getting settled, but
no, we're in a house now and it feels like home. Okay, so that's good. Yeah. When we put our house up for sale in Florida, we had an offer that weekend. It was crazy. I'm like, we should have listed it for higher.
Yeah. Or multiple offers.
Yeah. But no, it was a pretty smooth process as far as that goes. And then our realtor here was great with working with us. I had to ask her questions throughout the day. Well, it could be 8 in the morning or 8 at night, and she was always responsive and on top of things, which for me, I appreciate, especially like I understand how or what it's like to kind of have to be on call all the time. And I really like, we weren't texting her every day or anything like that, but it was like, hey, saw this inspection just came back, like, and we don't know anything about like real estate.
Yeah.
Just other than like, hey, we need a house to live in. So yeah, she was great with helping us out and finding answers. If she didn't know, you looked into it. And I think that's actually a really important part of anybody's job, right? Like the humility to say like, I don't know, but I'll find out for you
Yeah.
goes such a long ways, as opposed to like, let me just make up something on the fly to appease you, and then I'm wrong, and then you piss people off, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
So that part I really appreciated with the work here, and I think to that point, like any professional that's able to do that, like I think goes a long ways when it comes to working with clientele. So it was a good
Yeah.
experience. I don't want to have
Good
to do
for
it
you.
again, like I said, but
No,
yeah, we're in a good spot
I
for now.
love it. And I guess you got to see the power of a realtor, right? I mean, I think a lot of people think, oh, I could sell my house by myself or I could go buy another one by myself. But there's so many steps and processes to real estate that really are like cumbersome if you don't know what you're doing, right? Inspections and
For
all the
sure.
things.
You just have questions, right? And you can, I mean, I was like everybody, you go to Google or Chat GPT and you look it up, but then you get like 50 responses. And I'm like, I don't know. It'd be way
Oh,
easier to just talk to somebody. So
yeah.
shameless
Yeah.
plug for realtors, but I wouldn't, yeah, that the job is tough, but ours was
It
great. Yeah,
is.
she was awesome.
I'm so glad to hear that. Well, if you want to give her a shout out on here, you can too. That's fine because I mean,
Yeah.
they deserve it. Yeah.
Andrea
Go for it.
Ermintrout. She's up in Tri-City area of Michigan. So she was awesome.
I love it. We'll put a little plug in there for her later.
Yeah.
We'll get her information and put it in there. But I think that's great and much deserved. I mean, it is a lot of hard work. The realtors do really go out of their way to try to make your life and transition smooth. You know, the goal, especially me in the industry now again, too. Excuse me, I'm coming off a little illness here.
You're doing good.
Yeah, I can't believe my voice is staying. Thank you. But I'm realizing like my whole thing is about making people thrive and the whole process being that you thrive through this and that at the end of the day you're where your joy is found. Sorry, Josh.
Oh, you're good.
Now I'm gonna lose it. And especially with homes, it's like the where everybody wants to go home at the end of the day and be part of something that just makes them feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of joy out of that personally. Like the joy that I get from my job is seeing everybody be comfortable again. And I think that's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
for you.
Thanks.
I can't
Yeah, I'd
believe
agree. It's the process is just a lot, right? Because you're not talking like
it.
there's a lot of money to commit to. It's a lot of money to not like all like that. Just the financial side itself, like
That's
the
amazing.
uncertainty of what's the next 30 years hold for you,
Yeah.
or like you don't know. So you back to that point, like you just try to make the best decisions you can and go from there.
Yep.
So yeah,
I know. It's a big dollar purchase and you know, some people have done it 10 times, some people have done it never and that's their first time. I'm glad that that experience went like that for you. I mean, I've heard some of the funniest stories recently and we're going to be talking some more in different, you know, guests throughout the season, but just some of the stories just blow my mind of what people say, what realtors do, just the different things that happen. And it's just so funny. So if you have any funny parts to it, you're welcome to share. But
honestly, I
otherwise,
don't like. I mean, I felt pretty
just
smooth.
smooth. I love it.
Yeah,
Good for you.
the selling part
That's
was
lucky.
pretty easy. We really didn't even talk much. That part was kind of like, man, like they're getting the good cut of it. It went up and it was gone and super quick. But no, I don't too much, to be honest.
That's amazing. Well, no, that's beautiful. That's the way it should go. That is what people want. Like, let's get in, get out, get her done.
Yeah,
So,
honestly.
yeah. You're my perfect example of a real estate scenario. So, wow, good for you.
Yeah.
Well, you're now settled back in Michigan. You're about to go into spring training. You've got your work cut out for you. You've got all these folks coming in with their dreams and aspirations and just trying to get everybody to the place where they're performing at their best. So, how are you keeping you thriving and performing at your best through all this? You've had a lot going on the last couple months, a lot of changes. How are you keeping Josh joyful?
Good question. Thank you for asking.
Of course.
I don't know. I think it's just spending time with my son. It helps a lot, and that's where it's just like you're excited to go to spring training, but then you're gonna miss that miss the time with him, miss the time with my wife, miss the time with like all the family around here. So like that's how I
Mhm.
fill the cup. But that being said, I really enjoy what I do, and that fills the cup too. So it's just like I think getting into camp and being around people that just want to be the best that they can every day pushes me to do the same. And it's just like, yeah, this is why you do this. And that helps when there's the mornings or the afternoons where you're like, man, I really wish I was home right now to have dinner with the fam. It doesn't necessarily go away or replace those feelings. And I think like it's just constantly reminding yourself like why you're doing this and the purpose behind it, and continuing to check in on that personally I think is important. But yeah, it's spending the time. I think that's a big piece of that, and then continuing to just grow and develop as a high performance coach, right? Like it's generating content, it's helping people out, it's having conversations. Like that's
Yeah.
what fills me up when I'm not creating, when I'm not talking to people, when I'm not like, it's just like, what are we doing? And when you start stacking up those types of days, you start to just, I don't know, lose the, what's the word? I don't know, just lose the want to continue to do it. But like, I have to force myself to keep doing it, right? Like you have to, if it's important to you, you find a way to get it done. It's like any
That's right.
routine, whether it's going to the gym or eating right or doing these types of things. If you want to be working with the best and doing, you have to do those things yourself. So creating your own routines and processes is really important. And so I would say like that's one way that I continue to try to fill the cup too. So spend time with family, stay up on with my own reading and knowledge, communicating with other people that want to do great things, and then having your own process like day in and day out of like, here's what we need to do. And it's honestly a little bit easier to do some of those things like once the season gets going, because it's like, all right, I know my schedule. I know when I'm going to be at the field. I know what the day looks like. When you're in the off seasons, you don't really have any of that. It's just like wake up and kind of hang out and do whatever. So there's a little bit more structure once it's baseball season again. So I think I maybe thrive a little bit more during that time too, because I like having a lot going on at times. And then when it
Yeah.
is time to be done, I like to do nothing. So it's interesting spectrum of work.
Love it. You want- I think that's lovely. And I was thinking so much about how you have like built your life where you get to enjoy your work and your home life. And you are doing such a good job at weaving it all together and making it so that you find joy where you are, right? You're finding joy when you're at home, you're finding joy when you're at work, and you're obviously grateful for what you do, which helps, right? That era of gratitude, right? When you're just like, okay, I'm grateful I have this, I'm grateful I have this. So that makes it easier for me to show up in both places and to also be distant from both places when you need to be, right? And still kind of carry on and keep going in those settings. So I think that's wonderful to hear. It
Try
sounds like
to.
you,
I wouldn't say I have it like figured out perfectly. It's really hard. So
yeah,
you go through ups and downs all the time, but that's part of it.
that's that humanity part, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Where there's no perfection, and no matter what any of us are out there teaching the world, we're still human and have our own experiences, right? So we have to just navigate those. But you're
Yep.
doing a great job. Great
Thank you.
dad, great hubby, great mental performance coach. Look at you now,
Yeah.
Baltimore Orioles. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy
Hopefully
for you.
we'll have a good season as a team this year, and who
Of
knows
course you
what'll
will.
happen.
Oh my gosh, of course you will. I'm so excited. That's a fun team too. Wow, I love that. We
Yeah.
have family in the
Um,
Baltimore area.
yeah, it's fun. It's an awesome area. It's awesome ballpark. Compete in a really difficult division, but I I like our guys, and hopefully we'll baseball's such a long year, and that's I've
It
been in the
is.
game for a very long time, but really being a part of the 162 last year and seeing how it goes, like it's a really long year, and it's also interesting how the margins between winning and losing are so small, right? Like every team, like they're all really good and talented. Like they're Major League Baseball players. They're the best of the best. Like it seems like as a fan from afar, I think back to like when I wasn't involved with this and watching it in high school and stuff. I'm like, oh gosh, like yeah, that team should beat this team. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, how did they lose to them? Well, they're all really good. And I think I think that often gets lost to people that maybe aren't in it every day, it's just like how hard it is to do this on a
Yes.
day-to-day basis with an expectation of you're supposed to win and you're supposed to do like supposed to according to who. And I think like that's something that I'm really grateful to have experienced firsthand, is just to see that and to see how those margins are so small. So that's why every team is just fighting for that one extra win or that one extra pitch or whatever it is. And any way you can find the edge, whether it's in the weight room or what you're eating or in the cages, like, or working with mental performance, like that's, you're going to try to exhaust all options. And that's really cool to be a part of.
Yeah, it is. Just to be a little mouse in these rooms sometimes, I would love to see all this going on because it's got to be a buzz for sure. And I have to tell you, I was an all-star champion and captain and shortstop in softball
Okay.
all through high school. I have like such a love for baseball. So I've been there. I've been in some of those mental moments where it's like, what's next? And the ball's coming at me. Don't not catch it. You know, I mean, I've been in those exact moments where I'm like, they're running. I got to get it. I can't let them get past second or third or wherever. So I don't know. I recognize a lot of those moments and blockers, and somebody sitting in the stands, all of a sudden they know somebody's watching them. That changes the game or what have you. And that performance can just like dwindle. In high school, it was more like, oh, there's the boy I think is cute.
Yeah.
You know, don't walk here now. You know, I'm going to totally mess up, but I love that sport.
Yeah. Obviously biased, but I think it's a pretty mental game. Just the day-to-day grind and doing it in such a public setting in front of not only the people that are at the game, but the ones that are watching on TV and then social media, and then having to answer questions every single day with regular media. Like, there are things that come with it that are, they're really cool, right? Like, but it's also just burdens that come with the success. So I think it can be challenging. And then you have agents and family and teammates and coaches and everybody pulling in different directions. There's just guys deal with a lot.
Yeah, I would think so. And they get good, and then they come into a lot of income, and then things get more exciting and things can change, and really like staying on the path of like doing the right thing when those times come and those stages happen, you know, staying on the right path has got to be so hard. There's so many things, like you said, pulling them in different directions, and it's
and then
stay strong.
The ultimate goal is to win the game tonight. So what do we need to do to do that while having all this other stuff happening?
Oh my God.
It's fascinating to be a part of and listen to what these guys go through. Credit to them to still deal with all that and then actually be good at what they do. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do all of that quite the same way, but they've got you in their corner, Josh.
They got a lot of people,
Yeah, they've got you. So, and whoever is working with you on your personal business side, they're so fortunate because I know you've got good advice. And so,
thanks.
Again, you wouldn't be where you are if you weren't really damn good at this. Well, I just want to say good luck. Congratulations. You guys are going to do great. The Baltimore Orioles are going to win it all.
That'd be awesome.
The winningest season, right? It's this year. This is going to be the one.
That would be really cool. I mean, that's the hope, right? And that's what everybody works towards, one day at a time.
Yeah, you got to speak it, right? You got to say that's what we're doing and then just navigate from there. So
I'm also not the one that has to go out there and play, so it's a little bit easier to talk about it than have to go out there. Yeah, I'm playing with a sore arm or hamstring that's blown out, and it's the middle of July and it's 105 degrees, and I don't have to go out there and play center field or whatever. So yeah, I'm thankful for that too.
Polyester pants. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, they're fortunate to have you. I'm grateful for the time with you. I've so enjoyed our connection the entire time we've had it, from day one, even when I was researching mental health and ended up in performance. You've been a wonderful advocate and friend and contact, and I just can't thank you enough. You've always been so helpful. So that's good for my
Happy
mojo.
To. I'm open to connect and chat with anybody. So I'm people have questions, there things come up, reach out. Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll put all your information at the end of this so people can find you.
Okay.
All right. Whatever you want to share. Just everybody just know he's going into spring training next week. So give him a little time, a little
I'll
room to breathe.
respond. I will. It just may not be instantaneously. I'll say that.
Yeah. Amazing. That is fair. Well, thank you, Josh. I am so excited that we just had this opportunity to talk, that I caught you before you got too busy. But until then, I'm wishing for lots of home runs.
Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, I appreciate the time.